Hi everyone, welcome to today's Facebook Live here at the Toronto Zoo. My name is Jen and I'm one of the snow leopard keepers here in the Eurasian section. So today we're going to give you guys a special treat. We're actually going to do not one but two training sessions with a couple of our snow leopards here at the Toronto Zoo. So first we're going to start off and we're going to be doing a training session with our oldest cat, Ena. If you've watched some of our other Facebook Lives, and you may have seen some of the training that we do here with using positive reinforcement. Every time we train, it's not always training them something new. Sometimes it's just doing a run-through of everything they know to keep it fresh in their mind. So we're going to be doing that first with Ena. After that, we're going to be doing a small crate training session with her daughter, Kita. At some point in the future, Kita will be moving on to another zoo so she can kind of go start her own family. So we've been working on getting her into the crate in preparation for shipment. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and love these cats as much as I do. So let's get started with Ena. Sound good? That's if they participate. Down. Great. So we always start off getting the cats into this lying down position. If you can see the red crate that's in the holding, that's just to keep her pressed up in this position. Now when Ena's in this position, we have this door here that we can flip down. Great. If you've been watching some of the other training sessions, you may have seen the whistles or even clickers being used. The bridge that I use for these guys, and the bridge is the noise that connects the behavior to the reward. I use the verbal term great, and Ena knows that's when she gets her food. So when she's in this position, we can then reach in, and this is how we can do some of our injections. Great. Down. Great. Ena is a very chatty girl. Now, if you guys have seen some of our other one of the videos that our zoo posted back on its page in October, great, you will have seen a blood draw video with Ena. Now, when we're looking to do blood draws with these guys, we can actually use it from a vein in their tail. Ena, move up. Great. So we get Ena to move up a little bit more, then we ask for tail. Great. Once we have her tail out, and then we can kind of feel it. We give it a little bit of a squeeze. If we were doing an actual blood draw, we would then have a small tourniquet put on her tail, and that's when our vet or vet techs could come and use and be able to take a blood sample from the vein that's running down their tail. So, good girl, great. So, but we like to try and do this on a regular base, so that way she gets used to her tail being touched and handled. Sometimes too, our cats will get some burrs stuck in their tail from being out on exhibit. Great. So this also gives us a chance to sometimes try and pick some of those burrs out of their tail. All right, good girl. And a sit. Great. So now I'm going to run through one of the behaviors Ena knows. And that is her ultrasound behavior. Now, when Ena was pregnant, we were actually able to confirm pregnancy with her at about 4 weeks along in her gestation through this ultrasound method. Ena, sit. Great. Okay, back up. Great. Okay. Ena, up. Move in. Move in. They don't always cooperate, so we ask her again. Ena, up. Great. Now when Ena is in this position, and we'll sometimes get her to move in a little bit closer. Great. That's when we can again use this flap, and this gives us access to her abdomen. No. I know, you're being cheeky today, aren't you? And up. Great. Anytime our animal stops doing the behavior before we've asked, we always ask it for them again. Girl. All right. position that gives us access through this portal to her abdomen, and then our vet staff can come in and we can using our ultrasound, we can look around her tummy and see. So every once in a while we will do a mock ultrasound on Ena just to make sure, just to kind of keep her in that behavior. Great. Now we do also have this plexi slide here in our training chute area, and because you can x-ray through plexi. So at times if we ever need to do x-rays on certain body parts of the cats, we can try and get them to position in front of this plastic, the plexiglass plate, and that way we can get x-rays from them voluntarily. Back up. Great. And a stand. Great. Girl. All right. Great. So that's for Ena. That's kind of what we usually like to run through with her. We'll do her downs, her lie downs, her sits, her stands, her tail. We'll do her touching of the rear end for possible injections, and then we'll do kind of her mock ultrasound. So once we've kind of run through everything a few times, and she's been pretty good today. They're not always as cooperative. Some days are better than others. And then we're going to say, okay, Ena, all done. Ena, come. Great. Now you may have noticed during Ena's training session that the slide that I just closed was open the entire time. So at any point Ena does have the opportunity to leave. They will sometimes leave if they get spooked by something, but most often they come right back because they do enjoy their food reward. When we are doing our training with the snow leopards, we use, and it's just meat strips that we've cut up. They only get this for their training or if they've shifted. So it is only a special thing that they don't get a whole lot of. So it's a very high reward food motivator for them. Okay, so next what we're going to do is a training session with Ena's daughter, Kita. So Kita is almost 3. She'll be 3 in May. You can see the crate that we have sitting here in the hallway. Now this crate is not the same crate that she will be shipped in, but we are just using it for training purposes. Once we do have the crate that she's going to be shipped in, we'll switch them out and we'll start training her into that one, because sometimes this smell of a new crate can throw them off a little bit, so we want to make sure that she's comfortable in that. So we've rigged up our crate here as well, so that we can do a session with just one person, and we've got it on a pulley system. So Kita is already in the pen, ready to go. She can get quite vocal during her training sessions sometimes, but that is just her. Okay. Girl. Oh my goodness. Why are you? Hold on one moment. Hold on, sweetheart. We're just getting stuck a little bit here. This does sometimes happen where we have technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. Good girl. Kita, come. Girl, down. Down. Great. So Kita knows she comes right in and she lays down. Now, this is where we'll go and we're going to actually start lowering the closure slide on her. Kita, close. Great. I always do it about halfway first so that she understands that it is closing, and that it also helps with her comfort level. Kita, close. Great. Now with snow leopards, part of the problem is that their tails, good girl, sorry baby, you okay? Great. Good girl. Kita, down. Down. Great. So because snow leopard tails are so long, we do what we do with the session with Kita is that when she's in the doors most of the way down, we'll get her to turn around. Unfortunately, we were having just a couple technical difficulties with our slide today. Great. But as you can see, Kita is still very comfortable while she's in the crate. She comes right back into a lay down, and she's very happy with her food. Yes, you are. I see that. If you have tuned in to our most recent Toronto Zoo podcast, the Wild for Life, you will have heard the interview with myself, and Kita at the end there had quite a bit to say as well, didn't you? Yes, you did. So we'll leave them, so we usually do a session where we'll have her in the crate for a few minutes with the door down, just so she gets comfortable being in there, but we try to make it as positive as possible for her. Good girl. Great. So when we're all done, I know, now we'll see, hopefully this door opens properly. No, we're going to have some issues. It's just getting caught on the back there. Good girl, Kita. Great. Okay. Yes, I know. Good girl. Great. As you can see, Kita's mostly just following me and where I'm going. She's always looking for the food, this one. She's pretty much happy wherever it is. So we're just gonna hook this open for her. Girl. And now when we're all done, so Kita's been trained that she generally won't leave the crate until I have asked her to. Okay, Kita, all done. I know. You always get grumpy when you think your food is over. And we're just going to shift her into our other pen. Here you come. Great. And then when she's all finished, she gets a quail for the end. So we're also going to give Ena her quail. These guys get their quail a few times a week. They're just small little birds, but the cats really do enjoy them. They will eat everything except for the wings. It's surprising how they can get them off so well. So we're going to give Ena her quail for being such a good girl. Great. Now we do have 3 snow leopards here at Toronto Zoo. We do have Ena, Kita, and we have Kita's brother, Milo. He's the one that's currently on exhibit. Now because snow leopards are solitary animals, so all 3 of our cats do live separate. We will always have 1 cat on exhibit and 2 cats off of exhibit. The 2 cats that are off of exhibit do have indoor and outdoor areas that they have to explore throughout the day. And we'll usually take our opportunities to do our training sessions with those cats that are inside. And then every single day, our cats do get rotated so that everybody has a chance to be on exhibit. And it's also very enriching for them because every time they move, they're getting to smell another cat. So they do quite enjoy those new smells that they get to experience throughout the day. So with that being said, we're going to have some quail for Milo. So why don't we head outside and we can give him his quail. Through. This is our snow leopard kitchen. This is our area where we keep all of the information regarding our snow leopards. You can see here that we have all of Ena's training information, our crate training process that we're going through, and we also have our full snow leopard diet. So this tells us every day exactly what the cats are getting, how much they are getting. Because our cats all do weigh different amounts, Ena being the smallest at about 29 kilos, and Milo being the heaviest at about 35 kilos, they do get different amounts of food every day. So let's go say hi to Milo and give him a little snack. Hi Milo, hey buddy. So this is the back of our snow leopard exhibit. I know many of you have been here at the Toronto Zoo and you've come to visit, and we always get asked, where are the snow leopards? These guys often referred to being ghost cats, and because they do hide very well and they do blend into their environment very well. This just happens to be one of their most favorite spots to lie. So if you are looking at our cats from the front of the exhibit, you're not going to be able to see them very well, but if you move around to the sides, you'll probably get a better glimpse. So let's see if Milo wants to come down and get his snack. Milo, do you want your quail? Do you want your quail, buddy? As you can see, he is super interested in his quail today. But this also goes to show that obviously our cats are very well fed and get a pretty balanced diet. So we'll be kind of hang out here with Milo and see if he wants to come up and get his quail, or even if he just wants to kind of hang out and check out this new device that he's got. If anybody has any questions at this time, I would be happy to answer them. So snow leopards can, the average age for snow leopards is anywhere from their late teens to sometimes early 20s, which is very common with most cats. These guys do sometimes sleep during the day and at night. They're usually most active at dusk and dawn. So we have the question, are their tails longer than their bodies? Their tails are actually about 50% of their bodies. And we have actually, I have tested this with Ena. We have measured her tail and her body, and she is about 53 inches of body and 53 inches of tail. These guys can have anywhere from 1 to 5 cubs, 2 to 3 being the most common. Both Kita and Milo were born to Ena here at the Toronto Zoo, but Ena was born at Tama Zoo in Japan. Right now we are not currently breeding our snow leopards. Once Milo and Kita do move to their new homes, we will look at getting a new boyfriend for Ena and continue our breeding program. So Milo and Kita will be turning 3 in May. Ena will be turning 9. Yes, snow leopards can jump quite high as well. These guys are known for running around in the mountains and bouncing off everything. They're in the zoos. They're most known for their parkour skills. We have been very successful with our snow leopard breeding here at the Toronto Zoo. This was the first litter for Ena, and we are hoping to have more litters in the future. So when snow leopards breed, their breeding season is from December to sometimes March. Most breedings occur in January and February. The females will come into cycle for about 3 to 5 days, and during that time, that's when the males and females will spend all their time together. And then most often in the wild, that's when they'll separate and the female will go off. So the rock structure that we have here at the Toronto Zoo, this is actually an existing structure that was built years ago, and it actually used to be our old sheep exhibit. We have retrofitted it for the snow leopards. It is made of a gunite material, yeah, so these guys, they enjoy climbing on it quite a bit. What are their personalities? So Milo, as you can see, is pretty laid back, pretty easygoing. I kind of like to attribute him to Doug from the movie Up. He's very much squirrel and gets distracted easily. Ena is also very laid back, but she's pretty food motivated. She really does enjoy her training sessions and always kind of checking out what the keepers are doing. Kita, however, is kind of the troublemaker. She's always looking for something to get into. You can see she's kind of always on the go, moving. She's quite often known for playing with and chasing the public back and forth when they come to see them. Some of the ways that we can tell these apart, Milo is a little bit bigger and he does have a lighter coat. However, all leopards have different spot patterns to them. when in doubt, we always go by the spot patterns that are just over their right eye. This is kind of one of the easiest ways to tell them apart, seeing as when you're always looking at them. So we will also be doing another International Snow Leopard weekend here at the zoo in October. So I encourage everybody to come out. You can have a look at our cat. We'll be having some fun activities for them, some enrichment, and some fun touch tables set up, and lots of information about them. Their coats, they do get a slightly thicker coat in the winter. Right now they are in the process of shedding out that coat because they do kind of thin out for the summertime. These guys are from a climate that's slightly similar to ours, although it's a lot harsher. They can tolerate anywhere from about -40 to +40. So our snow leopards here at the Toronto Zoo are actually out on exhibit 24/7, 365. In cases of extreme heat, we will give them access to their holding where we have an air conditioner set up. And opposite, in the cases of extreme cold, we will also give them access inside if they want to. They have the choice if they want to come warm up a little bit. Okay. So we're just going to take one more question. Firstly, the question is, so when will the 2 cubs be moved? We don't have that information at that time, but guaranteed that once that information is all finalized and we know exactly where the cubs are going and when, we will definitely be sharing that with our Facebook viewers. So I just wanted to thank you guys all today for coming and joining us here at the Toronto Zoo and coming to meet our snow leopards. Even though we are closed, we are still caring for our animals the same that we do every day, and I really hope that you guys can all come back and visit us when we are up and running again.